Boss Jock has entered the building. You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
Okay, everybody, welcome. You got the one, the only Sportcat. We're going to break in right immediately to some breaking news. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, his plane has declared an in-flight emergency, and he currently is at 2,500 feet, and okay, he may be on the ground now. He took off from, where did he take off from? Let's get over here. He took off from Brussels. He got off the coast, declared an in-flight emergency that is represented by Squawk 7700. He probably had to burn some fuel. He disappeared a little bit here off of the radar. It appears he may be safely on the ground now. No, he's still airborne at 2,500 feet. So we're going to keep an eye on this. But this came in breaking news right as we were going live. I haven't had time to present anything on it, so I'll have some X posts on it. We'll go from there. All right, so you have the one, the only Sportcat. I am here with you for the next 2 hours on Dare Talk Radio, Radio Talk Australia, and wherever the hell you find me. Come over to YouTube and find me. Search out the Sportcat shows. Join the chat. We got Denise in here. Hello. We got Jason H. Welcome, welcome. We got Chris. Chris is in here. Who else is in here? Who else? Brenda is here. She's obviously on the horn here with me. You can see her little speaker there.
I am. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jason.
So, yeah, hello to everybody. Sorry to be so rude, but I wanted to get this out. We are the only live show covering this right now on YouTube. So, if you know anybody, come in and tell us. It looks like he's still airborne at 24,550 feet. He is in what they call a B-752, which is basically a commercial airline made for the military, and it is squawking 7700, which means that is an emergency. Hello, Luigi Tron. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So please remember to hit that that thumbs up button. So aliens, well, they're here for a while. Yeah. So we're going to keep following him, make sure he gets on the ground safely. He's still going about 150 miles an hour at just over 2,100 foot altitude. Sorry. And it looks like he's, if I had to guess, he's going into Royal Air Force Minenhof. I had to guess. But yeah, so there was some kind of problem. He had to declare an in-flight emergency, and I'm sure they were trying to keep this hush-hush, but that doesn't work so well in this day and age. Brenda, you got any input on the? Oh, and the other, we got another breaking news story with this too. So, but we'll get to that one next. We want to get him on the ground safely. Yeah. So everybody, go ahead.
Going 150 mile an hour.
Well, it's 150 knots, so it's probably about 100 miles an hour.
He's going Texas speed limit. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, so it's decreasing. His altitude is decreasing, so hopefully that's a good sign. It appears they are turning and lining up for the airport here, which will be the Royal Air Force is where he's going in Great Britain. So let's make sure he gets on the ground. Then we will go to the next breaking news story, which also involves aircraft.
Yay. I don't fly, so this is why I don't fly. And just so you all know, Glenn made me sick. I'm sick now.
I gave her an STD. Yes, I did. It was all So yeah, crazy day, news story day. You won't catch this on any of those Democrat stations. They don't give a damn. So come over and join us here on the Sportcat Show. You'll get all the breaking news. So apparently, while this was going on, the U.S. decided to show some muscle off the coast of Venezuela, and so that alerted all kinds of people. Venezuelans scrambled their aircraft. We had F-35s and bombers in the air, They were appearing off the coast of Venezuela. Then they would disappear, and they would come back on. So, Denise, my God, I get around. I'm in New York and in Texas. Good Lord. But, yeah. So, all right. So, Brenda, give us your take on this.
I think they're probably trying to come over to pick up their illegals or drop more off. One of the two.
Well, they scrambled. Well, and then we were going off the air yesterday, and our military, I guess our military, they decided to take out another Venezuelan boat. I think that was number 6 that we have unalived and sent to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh.
Well, hey.
Are we making them angry? Is that what's wrong?
Well, we have made them so angry that them and the Mexican cartels are putting $50,000 bounties on proof that someone can unalive a DHS ICE officer. Yeah. This is what all that stupid rhetoric of calling our officers' names will get you. Is this kind of bullshit? So,
yeah. So that they're offering the same amount for one that DHS is offering for you to join for a bonus.
Yeah. Sign up and get your bonus. Maybe a good shot. Hey, no joking. When I worked in South Atlanta, we had to get gunshot insurance. So, but it only paid $100 for one hole. That was it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You get shot once? $100? Shit, I could earn that on a Saturday night. Jesus.
Only one?
Yeah. I'm going to guess. All right. So he's showing negative altitude. I'm going to guess that he's on the ground safely. We will have to follow other news agencies to see, but his plane, even though this is a few minutes behind, well, not minutes, but it's behind a bit. So, but I'm saying, yeah, he's probably on the ground safely. So it looks like he landed in, what is that, Royal Air Force Mendenhall in, what's that year? That's in Great Britain, right? Yeah. So
you want me to call him and ask him what the problem is?
I mean, if you got his number, call him.
Call him
Yeah,
and
shit.
ask
Put him on the air.
is.
We'll talk. We'll talk some shit. I don't care. But yeah, he took off from Brussels. He got off the coast and declared some kind of in-flight emergency just before going into airspace over London. And I'm assuming that they had to burn some fuel and probably get permission to land, would be my guess. So that took a little bit of time, but it appears he is safely on the ground. So
Pete,
he's at a dead stop right now.
Hey, Pete, this is Brenda. Hey, man, what's going on? Your plane's landed back again. What happened? Oh, God, that's horrible.
Put him on speaker, Brenda.
Okay, I'll let everybody know.
So,
right. Bye.
So yeah,
Plug
well,
toilet.
apparently they've put some Apaches around the airport. These are UK Apaches. They have scrambled and got up around the airport. So, and
there's a
plug, right there.
There's a clogged toilet on the plane, Glenn. It's okay.
This plane is a KC-35. KC-135, it's a tanker. I'm sure that was what was being used to fuel him. And they can't just land. They are what we call heavy. So they have to burn lots of fuel before they can come in. So that's what this is doing, I'm sure. Because my guess is he was going to go straight from Germany across the drink all the way over here and come down in Washington. So that's my guess. But
I didn't even know he was gone. Or even why he was gone.
Well, he was, or he is. He's not there anymore. Let's see. So what do we got down here? Venezuela. There's some Blackhawks off of where is that? That's goddamn. I'm having a hard time remembering my geography. Puerto Rico. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So let's see what we can find over here. This is Skyglass. Good Lord, this thing is so sensitive. Let's see. What is this plane here squawking? Okay, well, so this is a Gulfstream, and it's SAM 44, and that stands for Special Air Mission We don't know where they took off from, but well, maybe will it tell me that? Will it tell me that? No, it won't. Gosh darn it! This thing is so sensitive, and I've got to get used to it. I guess it won't tell us it's. All right,
It looks pretty neat.
Well, it's a Gulf stream that's carrying a dignitary. Puerto Rico, let's take a guess. What do you think? With Hegseth, if Sec War is over in Europe, who could that be? DHS? Maybe Rubio? No, Rubio's got a big plane. It's a Gulf stream. That's probably a lower cabinet level position. And we see that this is some of the aircraft from Colombia that was scrambled. They had nothing to do with it, but yeah, everybody's dropped off the radar down here in Venezuela. So we'll have to find out what's going on there. Yeah. Well, there's a C-17. That's actually it's over Cuba. So, but apparently what they did that got the media in a frenzy was they took off in Louisiana, flew straight down the Gulf. They apparently really went close to Cuba to let them know they were there. Then they got out over the Caribbean Sea and they made a turn and they got as close to the border of Venezuela as were legally allowed. And then they went dark.
Oh, well.
So we don't know what they were doing, but they went dark at that point, and so yeah. But yeah, so they're not squawking right now. Are they've returned to base? Or we're bombing the shit out of a country? Who knows? So we'll come back to this.
I don't know. I mean, when they go dark, that means they're off doing something hairy they shouldn't be doing. Look at that 3D.
They could just be messing with them. That's always a possibility.
Why are they poking bears?
Well, if one of their F-16s gets close to our F-35s, I'm pretty sure that's good training for our pilots.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm just going to leave it at that. But I'm saying that's probably pretty good training for our pilots. But yeah, you're right. We're poking the bear. We're letting them know we are there. So, and I'm all for it.
This map here, have you used this before?
No, this is the second day I'm using it. This is Skyglass. I haven't paid for a subscription because, well, I don't have the money. But I'm using the free version. And you see let's see, where's the other one? Let's zoom out here. This is the one that is called ABS.
Right.
And it's pretty good. I mean, look at, you see all the aircraft there, but then when you go to Skyglass, just look at the difference in the quality.
Oh, I know.
You get altitudes, and what this shows us is, we'll see, this is all the planes at their different altitudes, and this also shows us things that you don't see on the other ones. For instance, let me see if I can find one right off.
I say you stop buying your moon pies and use
so
that
right
money
over the middle of the country there, we have a balloon at 90,000 feet just listening to things. And so that's one thing it shows us. You see that's at the higher altitude up there. It's at 90,000 feet. And that's basically it's a big repeater. Everything that it hears in its footprint at 90,000 feet, that's a pretty large footprint. Wow. It hears a lot. So it acts like a cell phone repeater. Did something just pop up on the radar here down here and I missed it? What are these? I don't know what E110 is. Okay, more Gulf streams. Maybe they're getting maybe he's leaving. And well, that's a fighter. It's a Brazilian fighter, but it's a fighter nonetheless. We probably spooked them too. Good for them. What is that? It's Brazil. Yeah, we've apparently spooked the Brazilians. So, good. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Mess with them. Yeah, I don't know where. Can I pull up on the other one? Hold on a minute. Let's see this. How do I do this? And see that special air mission isn't showing on this one. So.
Well then.
Yeah, you can't have everything. All right, so let's try and get on with our normal show. Let me catch a bit of comments here. Yeah, Brendan was on the phone with Hegseth, so.
Clogged toilet, everybody. False alarm.
It's not the big beautiful globe, but it's pretty close. So Chris says we don't need to be getting into dick measuring contest with Venezuela. It's kind of like a high school football player taking a first grader's lunch money. Yeah. Our high school team playing a college team.
Yes.
Let's see here. Let me update this. I went to X to see if I could get any information. I'm sure they're going to say that now he's on the ground safely. Oh, I brought this up because this is the that's Venezuela's response to us.
Oh. Wow.
It's such a pretty plane. It'd be I'd hate for them to lose it. So let's see. This talks about him declaring an emergency and return to UK. Yep. So due to possible engine failure, fire, or medical emergency. So there you go. We don't know what it is. That's when he says they squawk 7700, that's the code in case they can't voice tell air traffic control or whoever in the air with them what's the problem. They switch over to a squawk code, which is an electronic signal, and it signals either engine failure, fire, or medical emergency. I doubt it was fire, so they would have probably put down on the ground a lot quicker if it was fire. And we still have, I love our code names, Bunny 1. That is a code name for the bomber that has just been circling off the coast there.
Wow.
Well, the other day they had one up that was Al Gore 1.
Well.
So there's Bunny 2. It was following right off with it as well. So.
Oh, I think those were named when people brought their kids to work with them that day.
Yep. Well, Bunny 1, Bunny 2. Well, they give the pilots a little bit of freedom because you gotta have some fun, right?
Yeah.
And so apparently, yeah, they took off in San Juan. One of them did. So, all right. So there you go. There's that. Let me refresh to see if there's anything about Hegseth. Pretty sure he landed safely. I'm sure about how we would know. Attended a meeting into Ukraine Defense Contract Group. NATO allies. Okay, so here we go. Updated safely. Steve Hegseth is on the ground at Royal Air Force Mendenhall, a British Air Force base. So there we go. He's on the ground safely. So we don't know what the problem was. And unscheduled landing due to a crack in the aircraft windshield. Okay, well, that's not an uncommon thing. They could have hit a bird strike. Or, some of these people that are throwing bricks at ice could have thrown a brick.
Yeah.
You never know. So.
From another plane.
I don't think that's a plane you want to be shooting at. I could be wrong, but I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. People are getting bold these days, Glenn.
Yeah, well, why did it go away? I was going to see if there's any more. Let's see. Sean Parnell on the way back to the United States for NATO's Smith, Secretary of an unscheduled landing due to a crack in the windshield. The plane landed on standard procedure, and everyone on board, including SecWar Hegseth, is safe. That's good. So good news from Sean Parnell. I assume he's part of the media traveling with him. So Trump administration officers covert CIA action in Venezuela. Well, it's obviously not secret if New York Times knows about it. So, all right. Well, we'll cover all that again here in a minute. Let's search here for breaking news. Breaking news. Anything major? Yeah, his plane's landed safety. He heard it here first, and yeah, this is all about Hegseth. So there you go. There's pictures of it on the ground safely. They'll have to replace the windshield. So, all right. Well, we will come back to that if we need to. So I'm going to leave this open so that we can pull it up later if we need to. All right. Let's pretend we know what we're doing here.
Oh.
What do you say, Brenda?
All right. Let's do it.
Let me catch up in the chat real quick here. We're 21 minutes into the show, and we're just getting to this. So this is all Brenda's fault. Let's see. Oh, man, I got to go back in the contents here. Comments. Chris says, yes, I'm sure the cartels will gladly compensate anyone for those actions. Their word is bond. Yeah, you can trust him. Yeah, trust him.
Yeah, why not?
Wouldn't it be helpful to make the calls more descriptive to let others know what is needed to solve the problem? Well, they probably did to other people. They just didn't call me. So, so you're right. So, but we've discovered that according to, I guess, his press secretary, I don't know who his press secretary is. Apparently, it is a crack in the windshield. So, he's on the ground safely. We can all rest safe and sound now. Let me turn this off because I have an echo. There we go. That's better. All right. So let's see. Currently, I need to put my clock up here. I moved it because we were tracking all those planes. Currently on the East Coast, it is 2:22. And we know that in Denver, it's 12:22. LA, 11:20. Well, we don't really care. Chicago, 1:22. Wow, good morning to you in Anchorage, in Hawaii. It's 8:22 in Hawaii. 4:23 Greenland. I'm not sure what time it is where. Well, it's 7:23 today where Pete Hegseth is. Good morning to our listeners in Perth, Australia. It's 2:23 Sydney. It's 5:23 a.m. Good morning Adelaide. 4:53 a.m. You confuse me. Lord Howe, 5:23 in Dublin. It is 7:32 p.m. today. And in Lord Howe, it's 5:32 a.m. tomorrow. It's confusing. So, all right. We just all need to use this one universal time right down here. 1823 is coordinated universal time, which is what? That's 8:06. The lights are going dim. All right, so let's start with some history. We'll get off to today's history. Close to when Brenda was born, 70 BCE, Virgil is born. So, Virgil is born in the present-day Italy, one of ancient Rome's greatest poets. He composed the Aeslogues, I don't know what the hell it is, the Georgics, the Epic, and the, I probably butchered that. So a Trojan hero who flees Troy after the events of Homer, I wonder if it's Homer Simpson's Odyssey, eventually becomes the ancestor of all Romans. He ordered all copies to be destroyed when he died, but it was saved by the Roman Empire. Boy, that's surprising. Something.
Can't trust anybody, not even in those days.
1888. Well, why do you want to have your work burned? I mean, of course, I do know some friends that have it in their will that when they die, they want all the pictures of them in the frames burned. They want them destroyed.
What?
So, yeah, because they don't want them ending up in like a secondhand store. You know how you go into like a secondhand thrift store or antique store and you got those pictures of, you know, the old photos with people in them? They didn't want their pictures to be like that.
Well, it kind of screws their families, doesn't it?
No, maybe they didn't like them to start with.
Well, that's true.
Chris, I don't think it was Virgil from WWE. It might be. I don't know. 1888, Jack the Ripper sends the From Hell letter. I can't read that, so hopefully it translates it. He sent it to the chair of Whitechapel Vigilance Committee with half a human kidney attached. Man, that thing would ship anything in the postal service.
I know, right?
Though police had received other letters from people who claimed to be the killer, who had murdered 4 women so far, From Hell letter was believed to be authentic because the last victim, Catherine Adowales, was found with a kidney removed. Jack went on to kill at least once more, but he has never been identified. Any idea who it is?
It was probably me. I don't know. Might have been my other life.
1917, Matahara is executed by firing squad outside of Paris. At age 41, a Dutch courtesan and exotic dancer had been accused by the French of being a spy during World War I. However, it's unclear if she did actually pass on Allied secrets to the German, or if she was merely a scapegoat.
She might have been just passing STDs.
Yeah, could have been. Is there any porn pictures of her online? Is that cancer?
They use it as an excuse.
Yeah. 1946, Hermann Göring dies by suicide at age 53 after swallowing the cyanide. Didn't we have another one yesterday who offed himself that way? He had a choice. He could be hung or he could eat the pill. 1966, the Black Panthers are founded. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense is founded in Oakland, California by Huey Newton, not Huey Lewis, and Bobby Seale, not the popular Seal. The group aimed to confront politicians, challenge police, and protect African Americans after civil rights efforts in the American South failed to secure fair treatment of African Americans. The group believed that progress and freedom could not come from peaceful protest. And the party disbanded in 1982. And I'm going to call bullshit.
Right? You just read my mind.
I'm going to call bullshit because I have firsthand experience in Atlanta with it. I don't even know what to call it. Operation.
Oh, I think that they're just like runoffs now.
It's like Antifa. Antifa doesn't exist. So.
Oh, God. They're a big pain in the anti-ass. That's what they are.
Chris says her head has more shit on it than a Christmas tree.
Right?
Now I'm going to, once we get offline, I'm going to Google pictures of her.
One's looking for porn.
I'm sure with AI, I can find something. You can find everything with AI now.
Just so that you know, in the 1800s and 1700s, Glenn, their porn, they actually had clothes on. So they just showed little legs, little shoulders.
It's like being married.
Yeah, right. So you got to be used to it.
Yeah, okay. 1581, the first ballet, Comme de la Reine, yeah, that's it, is commissioned by Catherine de Medici and is staged in Paris. I'm pretty sure I got that name wrong. In 1582, the Gregorian calendar, that's it, is introduced in Spain, Portugal, and the Papal States after skipping 10 days from October 4th to sync the calendar in the solar year and compensate for the drift as occurred due to the Julian calendar having too many leap days. Okay, so did they like totally skip my birthday? I mean, from the 4th to the 14th, you didn't miss my birthday.
You know, if they went by the proper calendar, it's supposed to be 13 months of 28 days each month.
Okay.
You know that?
Where do you get this data from?
That is the original calendars that came out before the Roman Catholics took it over.
So, okay. All right. Can't argue with you.
Hi, Monisha. Glad you're here.
Hello, Monisha.
Please, y'all hit the like button for us, please.
That's right. I guess, Brenda, you should tell your listeners and fans what I'm doing on your channel. Why I have taken over your channel. I've already taken over Harley's, now I'm taking over yours.
Well, Glenn here does a
that's me.
News. Yes, this is Sportcat. He does the news show Monday through Friday from
2 to 4 Eastern.
2 to 4 Eastern, 1, 2, 3 on the Central. And he goes through different types of breaking news or, silly news and stuff like that. And I'm going to be joining him more. I haven't had a chance to tell my listeners because we're going back to doing lives on Friday night. So I'll make sure to put that out there, Glenn.
Okay, there you go. That's why I have hijacked Brenda's channel. So
yes,
and I won't allow her calendar or her picture on the screen. It's just a.
Oh, I'm sick right now. Glenn got me sick, you guys. He gave me the flu.
Gave her an STD. 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte arrives on the island of St. Helena to begin his exile. 1969, millions nationwide protest against the Vietnam War on Moratorium Day in the U.S. 1993, Nelson Mandela and South African President F.W. de Klerk are awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, and then he died twice. Today in film and TV history, 1955, country music radio show The Grand Ole Opry was first broadcast on television in a live hour-long show by ABC. And about 20 years later, my dad was one of the DJs for it. 2017, actress Alyssa Milano's tweet, "If you've been sexually harassed or assaulted, write me too," prompts a flood of replies across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, now known as X. Today in music, 1977, Debbie Boone, the single "You Light Up My Life" goes to number one, stays there for 10 weeks. You remember that one, Brenda?
Yes, I do. I remember that song.
Actually, that wasn't a bad song.
No.
So I've been listening to a lot more Sirius XM radio, and they have a station called Yacht Rock, and it's pretty much my ear and soft rock now. What's called soft rock. It's not disco.
Right.
Not disco.
Right.
1989, Wayne Gretzky surpasses Gordie Howe as NHL's all-time top scorer. I have a trivia, some Sportcat trivia about Gordie Howe. Apparently, he was in Boston and was there for some event. I don't know. I'm not a hockey fan. And I got stuck in an elevator with him and his security detail.
Oh.
And he was quite upset that I didn't know who he was.
You should have farted before you left.
I was like, I don't care, dude. I could care less. So it's my brush with Gordie Howe. So
I've had brushes with people like Willie Nelson and different stuff like that.
Me too.
And I had to walk around with Toby Keith one time because his detail got sick. So, but I didn't treat them any different than I would a normal person. So Toby Keith asked me one time, "You're not like going gaga, are you?" And I said, "Hell no, you put your pants on the same way I do. Yours are just a little taller." So
as a paramedic, I had a brush with many celebrities. So I'm going to skip ahead here to some we might know, because I'm just going to be honest. They had some horrible names back then that I can't pronounce. So
I know who names these people.
Plus, I'm pretty sure most of our listeners, with the exception of you, Brenda, don't know most of these birthdays. So
no,
we'll get up to the 1900s and maybe we'll get lucky and know some of these people.
Maybe,
yeah. Let's see. Let's start around. I don't know. Let's start around 1920. What do you think?
Okay.
Is there anybody born in 1920 around then? Let's see. We'll start off with, Malcolm Ross, American balloonist and atmospheric physicist, was born in Illinois died in 1985. And we'll skip down a little further here. Lorraine Gordstein, American jazz musician and advocate, owner of the Village Vanguard Jazz Club, is born in Newark on this day in 1922. She passed away in 2018.
Now, if you
Tommy Edwards. Huh?
If you would have said she was owner of the Village People, I would have been okay with that one. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what that other one was.
In 1923, Illa Calvino, an Italian author, he wrote, "If on a winter's night a traveler," was born in Santiago de Las Vegas, Cuba. Didn't know that Vegas had a Cuba, or Cuba had a Vegas.
Me neither.
Learned something new. Mark Leonard, American actor, Mr. Spock's dad in Star Trek, was born in Chicago, Illinois in 1924. Nigel Green, a South African-born British actor, Zulu Skull Tobruk, I don't know half of these, was born in Pretoria, South Africa. Mickey Baker, an American guitar player, Mickey and Sylvia, was born in Louisville, Kentucky on this day in 1925. And we're just going to skip ahead a little bit more here because I don't know any of these people. Hubert Dreyfus, American philosopher, was born this day in 1929. And we'll keep going. I can't ignore that. I'll bring it up. Hopefully it's on the screen over here. Okay, well, we'll see. I'll probably in Tennessee. Bobby Morrow was born on this day in 1935, an American athlete, Olympic gold medalist in the 100 and 200 in the 4x 100 meter relay. I mean, I guess they swapped off He was born in Brownsville, Texas, and left us in 2020. Willie O'Ree, you know who that is, was born in 1935, Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame. Apparently he was a wing. First black player in the NHL Boston Bruins. Was born in New Fredericton, New Brunswick. He was the first? Okay. I wasn't aware of that. I thought there was somebody closer to like modern era. I don't remember anyone prior to that. 1938, Marv Johnson, American R&B pianist, songwriter and singer. You got what it takes. You got to move to mountains. Born in Detroit today. Passed away in 1993. I'm just going to. Don Stevenson, American rock drummer and singer and songwriter. Molly Grape Omaha was born in Seattle, Washington. Ken Miller, an American football coach, was born in Dallas in 1941. And we're still skipping somewhere. I don't know. Maybe my American history didn't teach me all this.
Well, no, it wouldn't have, because it's all little stuff.
Yeah. 1953, Joe Klecko, American Pro Football Hall of Fame defensive lineman, player of the year 1981, first team All Pro Bowl 1981, 85, four-time Pro Bowler with the New York Jets. Was born today in 1953 in Chester, Pennsylvania. Larry Miller, an American comedian and actor, was born in New York City. Tito Jackson, 1953, American singer. He was part of the Jackson 5. He passed away in 2024. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know Tito died either.
No. Maybe we'll find out that he didn't later, and we just claim it was Mandela.
That could be. That's been happening.
I saw a video yesterday that there's more Mandela things. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was busy doing some other stuff. I was like, oh, man, more Mandela stuff. Apparently somebody has found a pair of boxers or underwear or something at a thrift store that has the correct Fruit of the Loom logo on it.
The cornucopia. Yeah.
Yep. The one that doesn't exist, which I swear growing up that it did.
It did.
But apparently somebody somewhere found a pair in a thrift store, and they do exist. It does exist. So, all right, we're just going to move on. Let's see. Today is the 15th. It's Wednesday the 15th, and it is Shawarma Day. Do you know what the hell that is, Brenda? Shawarma. Yeah, what is that?
It's some kind of, I don't know if it's like it's not really a dessert. It's like I've never had a shawarma, but
I've never heard.
Neat. They I think they sell them. They have them in New York.
No, that's racist, Brenda.
Yeah, let's do something.
Celebrates Middle Eastern rotisserie method of cooking meat such as lamb, chicken, and beef. Why can't you just say it's rotisserie chicken? So,
I don't know.
You said it was a dessert.
It's made different. I don't know.
You weren't even close.
You asked me for. I don't eat fancy food. My God, if it doesn't come from a drive-thru, I ain't doing it.
Chris says the biggest celebrities met's Walter Payton. Taylor Swift. Holy cow.
Good
How
God.
did you meet Taylor Swift? I need that story. 80s porn legend Christy Canyon. Well, she does belong on the list. Wonder why. Never mind. How did she get the name Canyon? Today is Bra Day. It's the third Wednesday in October. If you want to, you can submit photos to me at Sportcat, and I will approve them. National Aesthetician Day. That's the one that makes you look pretty. Cheese Curd Day, and it's Hagfish Day. No.
What is a hagfish?
I don't know, but we'll just because.
Oh.
The third Wednesday in October, Hagfish Day, celebrates the awareness of the evolved but slimy hagfish. We apologize in advance if you have creepy crawlies with the National Day, but like any others, we try to bring some beauty. They're considered to be one of the ugliest species The idea behind Hagfish Day is to encourage everybody. Okay, I need a picture of a hagfish. Show me. What is a hag?
Scroll up. I think they had one.
That's not a good one. That doesn't.
What is that? What
Hold on. We need
is that? Oh
Google,
my
give
god!
me a better picture. I need a better picture of what a hagfish is. So, oh,
Oh,
that kind of reminds me. It kind of reminds me of Christie Canyon. So,
oh my gosh!
that's a fish. That is an alien. That is an alien. We were talking about aliens.
From a lab.
Yeah, that's an alien. So, yeah. Yeah. Nope. All right. I don't want one of them in my fish tank. So, nope, and nope.
Yeah.
It's National Fossil Day. Hey, it's a day just for you, Brenda.
Yeah.
Support your local Chamber of Commerce Day.
No, thanks.
National Latinx AIDS Awareness Day, National I Love Lucy Day, and National Pregnancy and Infant Loss and Remembrance Day, White Cane Safety Day. There you go, Brenda. You need that. And a day for me. It's National Grouch Day. So.
Wait a minute. White Cane Safety Day. Why didn't they just say it's Blind People Day? That's kind of...
That's racist, Brenda.
Well, no, but they're the only ones that carry like the white canes. You know what I mean? So they're trying to take away from them.
Okay. I can't argue that. Chris says that fish looks like it should be in a cantina scene in Star Wars. Agreed. Let's sit their birthdays real quick and see if they have people we can pronounce. Thomas Hastings, he was a composer for great hymns. He was born in 1784. Let's see. John Sullivan, first heavyweight bare knuckles champion and first heavyweight glove champion. They used to fight without gloves. So, yeah. Back then.
That was when men were men.
Well, I mean, the MMA does it a little bit, but they got the little things over their knuckles. Lee Iacocca was born today in 1924. John Coleman, the co-founder of the Weather Channel. Penny Marshall, best known. Why did they have these people on the other one? Best known for her role as Laverne in Laverne and Shirley. Tito, we talked about. Emeril Lagasse, he's a famous chef, 1959. Vincent Martella, the voice of Phineas in the animation Phineas and Ferb. In 1789, George Washington starts the first presidential tour in New England. Hopefully his cart didn't have any en route emergencies. In 1846, first public use of ether. Is that ether? Yes, conducted by Dr. William Thomas Green. 1860, 11-year-old Gracie Bedell writes to Abraham Lincoln, telling him to grow a beard because she thought it would make him look more distinguished and ladies would like him more. 11 years old. They talk about us today with porn. Look at that. 11-year-old writing to the president right there. Tell him he would look better. 1878, Thomas Edison's light company began. In his Air Force, known as the Electric Company. Now, in 1881, the fishing magazine American Angler is published for the first time. Supreme Court declared the Civil Rights Act of 1875 unconstitutional in 1883. We're going to hear about the Supreme Court and civil rights here in a bit. In 1895, Henry Perky parents a machine to help with preparation of cereals to create shredded wheat.
Oh boy.
1824, President Coolidge declares the Statue of Liberty a national monument. Did you know it used to be bronze colored?
Yeah, did you know its face used to be different too? Once upon a time?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly, Chris. Exactly. E.B. White's novel, Charlotte's Web, is published. 1952. I read that growing up several times.
Yeah.
President Johnson signs a bill to create the U.S. Department of Transportation in 1968. 1984, the CIA Information Act passes to make it easier to streamline the Freedom of Information Act related to the CIA.
Yeah.
2007, Fox Business Network is launched. And in this day in 2007, Democrats started crying. What is today? We'll go to this one and we'll go from there. National Dashi Day. What is Dashi, Brenda? I'm going to give you a chance to. It's got
National
to.
Dashy Day.
Might get this one right. What is it, Brenda?
Maybe dashes of spice. I don't know.
It's a liquid. All right, let's just see here. It's
It's a
food.
liquid. Mm.
At the heart of Japanese cuisine lies dashi, a simple yet profound broth made from natural ingredients such as kumbu, kelp, and roasted flying fish. How did they catch him? Revered for its depth of flavor and versatility, it's the foundation of countless dishes and the essence of umami. There you go.
Now
man.
look, why don't we have a National Kentucky Fried Chicken Day so we know what the hell they're talking about?
They probably did. We probably national, because there's a day for everything. National Expense Report Day, Commemoration Day of King's Father. Okay, I'm not sure which king. Evacuation Day in Sudan, that country. It's Global Hand Washing Day. Do you know when I went to paramedic school, we had to take a class before we could get our license?
I did the same thing in nursing school. Every time you touched anything, you had to wash your hands.
Yeah,
Take off a glove, you got to go wash your hands.
We pick our nose, we go in. It doesn't matter. International Day of Rural Women. We're just going to skip that one. Mother's Day in Maui. National Cheese Curd Day. Did I say that one before? National Fossil Day. Grouch Day. National Lemon Bar Day. National Mushroom Day. Roast Pheasant Day. National Take Your Parents to Lunch Day. You can't do that anymore. It's not allowed. Shine a light night is tonight. Okay, I'm I got to know, what is that about? Because I got plenty of flashlights. That's got to have nothing to do with it. On Shine a Light Night on October 15th, it's a day in Ireland when people spend the night away from the safety and comfort of their beds. They go camping. People sleep outside their homes to raise awareness and funds for the welfare of the homeless. Well,
I bet they do.
Well, I'm sure somebody probably does. So it's called camping in America. And Chris got nothing. You're on your own with that one. Support your local Chamber of Commerce Day, Unity, and World Students Day. Let's see. Catch up on the.
Oh God, Wendell's here.
You know, and I gave him a compliment yesterday, telling him he had stepped up his game in his AI, but apparently he just doesn't like me. So
I know, he comes in, says hi, and leaves.
Chris says, why did he have to officially name it a national monument? Isn't it obviously? Did some people mistake it for a race car? So he felt necessary to dispel the confusion. Could be. Let's see here. I don't know why I came to this page. I'm just
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's showing where the sun is positioned over the globe.
Look, marble.
Yeah, the round Earth. Where the moon is positioned. There you go. Where it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the hell. I brought this up for a reason. I don't know why. Why? The current moon. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, it's loading.
Oh.
Apparently, it's going to take it a minute. So,
were you looking for our space rock / spaceship /
31 Atlas. Yeah.
Probably a worm. Who knows?
It's an alien. All right. So only 30% of the moon is illuminated tonight. We are on our way to the infamous Beaver moon. So, Wendell, I give you a compliment. You don't have to just come in and be rude and then leave me. But thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. I do appreciate it. It does help. And if you leave a comment too, it helps too. So today it is a waning crescent. 30% illuminated. We're getting closer to the Beaver. So we'll be having the Beaver soon. So everybody's looking forward to the Beaver.
There's a beaver in the sky now too.
It's the Beaver moon, Brenda. Do you not know anything?
The Beaver moon? What?
The Beaver moon. What? The Beaver moon is fast approaching us, Brenda. Be careful of the Beaver. Today's moon sign is Leo. The zodiac moon sign represents the position of the moon as it moves through the 12 signs of the zodiac. Oh, there you go.
And the Leo the lion is going to eat the beaver.
There we go. That's a better representation of where the moon is. So there it is, shining brightly off the coast of the west coast of South America. And the moon is, well, it hasn't caught up to it yet. So, and let's look at this. It's going to disappoint me greatly because it's not going to have 3i Atlas in it, which, you know, I really think today is the last day that we could officially get a good look at it because it's going to dip officially behind the sun. We'll talk about that in a minute. And NASA's asleep behind the wheel. But if we notice, wait a minute, is that 3i? Nope. Now, aside from 3i Atlas, there's 4 others that are fastly, they look like they're about to bomb the moon. Sun. So, yeah, there you go. But yeah, they have hid 3i Atlas. You can't. Why do they tell you it's coming? It's going to kill us. It's bad stuff, and then you can't see it. I don't understand why. Oh, they can zoom out, and there's another one there.
They're not getting paid. Government shutdown.
Maybe it's far, far out. It's out past Uranus. I just wanted to say Uranus.
You did.
I need a sound effect with Bart doing that. Yeah, I mean, they're just not, it's not showing it. And that annoys me. Show it. We want to know where it's at.
There it is underneath it. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can zoom down and look underneath, but no, I don't believe that's going to help us any. So it's supposed to be traveling behind the sun, which would put it somewhere today, probably, I would guess, just past Mars, if I had to guess, being that it was traveling at 150,000 miles an hour. So today is the last day we're supposed to be able to see it. And, well, it's just funny. They tell us it exists, but we can't find it on any of the space maps. Why is that? Maybe that's because, how about this? Maybe that's because no, that one's not in an orbit either. So maybe it's because it's not in a orbit of any of the rocks in our system. Maybe, but no, some of those aren't either. So
maybe it decided that it didn't want to come anywhere near Earth, and it turned its little happy butt around and went home.
No, unfortunately, it hasn't. So. Today is 288 of 2025. Man, we're running way behind here today. 67 days until winter begins. All right, so Brenda, what's the difference between a cantaloupe and a muskmelon?
Well, I like cantaloupe. I don't like muskmelon.
I don't know that I've ever had a muskmelon. What is the answer? One of several types of melons that are cultivated. They come from 2 different melon groups. A true cantaloupe is a member of the, not even try and pronounce that. And it's named for Cantalupo, a farmer in Papa Villa near Rome. The group is usually characterized by rough, warty, hard rind, and sweet orange flesh. They're grown mostly in Europe and Asia and seldom grown in North America. In the United States, what is called a cantaloupe is usually a muskmelon. See, you didn't know. You've been eating muskmelon all your life, which is a member of the rectal and characterized by net-like ribbed rind and sweet, fragrant orange flesh.
What are the ones that look white inside? Oh no, those are honeydew melons. Okay.
So there you go. You've been thinking your entire life you've been eating cantaloupe.
You know what?
You've been eating muskmelon.
When I was a kid, I ate crickets. What do I know? I mean, mud and crickets, that was, a delight.
I'm afraid to look at it on air, Chris. Wendell. Okay, Wendell. Is it Bobby? Is Bobby helping you and he's not helping me? Is that it?
We don't see Bobby unless he pops up on Facebook with a picture. That's about it.
Well, he's getting famous now, so we don't know him that well. Word of the day is Julian period. How is that the word when it's words? Julian day is a period of 7,980 years, beginning January 1, 4713 BCE, devised in 1583 by Joseph Scaliger. It provided a chronological basis for the study of ancient history to find the Julian year, add 4,713 to any year. So we need to add that to your birthday so that we know exactly how old you are, Brenda.
Well, mine's the 9th, so it's not the 1st.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Today is the best day to dry fruit vegetables are meat, pruned to discourage growth. And we'll talk about weather. And we talked about it is 30% of full 24 days until, see, right there. When, no, one's not green. Whoa, calm down, Brenda. It's full beaver day. Full beaver moon day will be on November 5th. I don't know that we'll live to see it because October 29th at around 11 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning Eastern time is when 31 Atlas is going to be closest to Earth. I don't know that we'll live to see the full beaver.
So is that what it's going to look like? A moon with the silhouette of a beaver on the inside of it? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Exactly.
Oh,
How dare you question me? Hold on. Now I got to Google beaver moon. The show is supposed to be serious, Brenda. The beaver moon is the name for the full moon that occurs in November. It originates from Native American and colonial traditions. It's the time to mark your beaver. No, I'm sorry. It's mark the time of year when beavers finish preparing their lodges for winter. The name reflects seasonal changes and activities of beavers.
Let's move on to crime.
Frost moon will be behind that. Then the freezing moon, the deer rutting moon. Oh, I'm done. But the beaver moon in 2025 will be a super moon. The beaver will be slightly closer to Earth, larger than average, making it brighter and much larger. It peaks on November 5th. So there you go. Get your beaver while you can. So. Brenda, give us a time and date. I'll come on. I ain't scared. You should be afraid to have Brenda on, Wendell. Today I'm booked up. I got meetings after this, and I got my other show tonight. It's going to be a rough day. And I got to do my show for the radio station. So today is the best day to ask for a loan. This is the 15th, right? Yeah. Cut your hair to slow growth, dig post holes, get married, host a party, kill plant pests, mow to slow growth, paint, perform. Brenda, did you know Denise was painting yesterday? Perform demolition, pick apples and pears, quit smoking, start a diet to lose weight, and wash your wooden floors day. So there you go.
Did you know that I quit smoking over a year ago, cigarettes?
I knew that.
I did not realize that till I went into the doctor's office and they told me. Yes. Whitefish moon. We'll have that next thing. There's a story about the Potomac whitefish, but that's another story. Today in history, 1917, the infamous spy Mata Hari was executed outside of Paris. In 1990, Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. In 2003, China became the third nation after the U.S. and Russia to launch a manned space mission. I don't know that. 2005, Iraqi citizens voted to approve a new constitution. And we talked about most of these. Duchess of York is Sarah Ferguson's day. It didn't list that. Jim Palmer, baseball player. Let's see. Who did that? Lee Iacocca. Did it mention him? No.
Right, because I swear yesterday was Lee Iacocca Day. It's the 15th. Yeah. Okay. It should be. So it's Dodge Day. Let's see here. Today's fact. Confederate Marine engineer H.L. Hunley died aboard a hand-powered submarine of his own invention when it sank during a test run on this day in 1863.
Well, that was an epic fail.
The vessel was later raised and became the first submarine to sink an enemy vessel when it was used to attack the USS Housatonic in February of 1864. And let's see, we talked about Gordie Howe. Today's quote, I would much rather feel comfortable and feel beautiful than to feel uncomfortable but look fantastic, from the great Penny Marshall. Today's number, 1,933. That's the length in miles of the United States border with Mexico, which is less than half as long as the U.S.-Canadian border of 3,987, excluding Alaska. So there you go.
You're going to have to give me a minute. They're testing our tornado warnings. So the dog will be barking. So I'm just going to mute while you're doing this.
Well, we'll get to it. Don't worry. Let's see here. Is that what we're going? No, we're not going there. We're going to go to news next. We'll go to the alien comet. Wendell just messaged me and Brenda. We'll make it work out. So, alien comet 31I Atlas has just swept past Mars, but when will it return to our skies? There's been a lot of hype and rumors about the comet. And so, what do we know? Well, we don't know a whole lot. Since its discovery in July, our latest visitor from interstellar space has been speeding through the inner solar system at over 200,000 kilometers per hour, taking only 3 months to travel from just inside the orbit of Jupiter, sweeping past Mars at the beginning of October. For comparison, the fastest spacecraft ever launched from Earth, New Horizons, took more than 10 months to travel a similar distance. The position of the comet was, when it was discovered in July, made it, and then in October, it's making its closest pass to Mars, which it just did. During the 3 months, telescopes both on Earth and space have been snapping images and collecting data about this galactic wanderer. After all, this object presents a unique opportunity for only a limited time. We can't journey to other planetary systems to explore them, but 3I Atlas was likely ejected from some distant star. So by studying its composition, we can get an idea of what the environment was like, at least when the star and its planets were first forming. And we only have until sometime next year to learn as much as we can, and it will pass outside of Jupiter's orbit in March 2026, heading back to interstellar space after only a brief visit. Let's see. As luck would have it, on October 3rd, the comet passed 30 million kilometers away from the only planet in the solar system other than Earth, with multiple spacecraft orbiting around it, as well as one mission on the ground. And, well, as we know, most of those agencies were ready for it, but then we went out on break. So so we don't really have a whole lot of information. I don't think that's a coincidence, by the way.
Let's see if Elon Musk tries to shoot a rocket up and land on 3I Atlas.
I think Chuck Schumer doesn't want us to know the aliens are coming. I think that's what it is.
I think they just need to come and pick Chuck Schumer up, take him with them.
Yeah. They might. He could be. So let's see. Wendell is screaming at us, Brenda. The comet is here on the 29th. I can just eat all the candy bar for Halloween. Why waste it? Exactly. October 29th at around 11 a.m. Eastern.
Chris, I thought you were going to give the kids mud.
That's for the kids. The candy's for him.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sped up, it's slowed down, it's changed colors, and now we're learning that it's spewing 40 liters of water a day. I'm sorry, into space every second. So for every 40 seconds, it's wasting 40 liters of water.
So it has water in it now too, huh?
Well, no, it may not be that it has water in it. It may be that the speed and the chemical composition is mixing with other things, and it's forming it as it speeds off. I don't know. So I don't understand all that. I'm not that smart. But what I can tell you is that it is spewing water like a fire hydrant. So and it's changed color twice, which is very unusual. And it was irradiated by a solar storm, and well, that only pissed it off, and it changed colors again. So that's when it went from green to red. So comets are frozen hunks of rock gases in dusk, and they orbit the stars, being the exception of the interstellar objects. This is the third. That's why it's 3I. So, yeah. I don't understand how we can collect data from it. All we can do is take pictures of it. When it goes behind the sun, what if it stops? What if at that point in time it shoots out its probes?
Wow. I
You-
I have nothing for you.
Yeah, yeah. So the exact date that the interstellar visitor will reveal itself as alien mothership or comet. It's just days away. So we will only find out October 29th. It should. Harvard professor A.V. Loeb told the Daily Mail that if the object dubbed 3I Atlas is a comet, it should disintegrate into fragments as it swings closest to the sun. Now that's new news. I didn't know that before. When a comet gets close to the sun, solar radiation heats its icy nucleus, volatile ice carbons like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and water sublimate directly into gas, carrying away dust and small rocks. So there you go. Now they're saying it's going to be close enough that the sun's going to cause it to rapidly disintegrate. Okay. That's new news. That is new news. I had not heard that. What if it doesn't? What if it comes back and it's bigger?
No, we're screwed.
Elon Musk loves muskmelons. Huh? He might. We could tell how much water to the liter is released, but we don't know what the fuck it is. Agreed, Chris.
Right.
Agreed. We know that it got pissed off when it went through a solar storm and went from green to red, that it slowed down when it came into our solar system and then sped up, and that it did shine a direct light onto Mars as it was passing by. These are things we do know.
What if what's coming out of it isn't water? What if it's space alien waste?
Well, what, like you're on a yacht,
like they're emptying their toilet.
Yeah, well, if so, we're in trouble because that's a lot of aliens. That's a lot of aliens at 40 liters a second. I don't know how much 40 liters is, but that's a lot. And Chris is right. The comet doesn't seem to give a shit what the normal comet behavior rules are. Exactly. It just changes them as it goes. It's like, yeah, whatever. All right, so we see FEMA got back to work for just a day since the president came into the office, and then, well, they quit working because this is a daily operations briefing for Tuesday, October 4th or 14th at 8:30 a.m. that they presented to the president. They're worried about, which would be for today, they're worried about heavy rain, flash flooding from California to southern plains. Guess what? It is. Lorenzo, well, it's kind of just teetering off into nothing. And let's see. Poor Alaska. Two of their villages were almost decimated by this typhoon that came through and bringing in the flooding. And then, of course, we've had the nor'easter that is going up the coast, and it is almost past the coast. It's right at the mid-Atlantic, up just almost to New England. So we'll talk about the tropics here in a minute. We got a much better updated weather. And let's see. So, we're going to see this 12 increase, I bet, more direct housing missions where FEMA is working to repopulate people. That's probably going to grow as they're going to have to do that for villages that were destroyed in Alaska. So,
yeah.
Just a guess. And there was put on the schedule late last night and occurring right now. I should probably check. Well, we'll find out here in a minute. Breaking news. Today's schedule for the president, and 9 a.m. was the in-town pool camera time. In other words, time for the press to show up at 9 a.m. At 3 o'clock, this was put on late and put on as an emergent press conference at 3 o'clock, which is right now, a press conference with the director of the FBI, Kash Patel. At 7:30 tonight, the president is hosting a ballroom dinner. So they have
to get there at 9 o'clock in the morning to be seated there until anybody gets there at 3 o'clock. 6 hours they have to sit there before anybody talks to them.
Well, no, they have offices. If you're an in-pool media representative, you have offices. Or, like, for my friend that doesn't have an office there, but he has credentials, if they're going to be doing something outside, they have to go set up their equipment that they're going to need and put it there so that they can sniff it, scan it, whatever it is they do. So, beforehand. So yeah, I mean, but mostly that means at 9 o'clock you got to show up to work if you're a White House press reporter, and they all have offices. It's a big fight amongst them because
but I don't have that job to sniff the media. Ew.
Well, Secret Insurance does some crazy things. All right, let's go over here and see. And hopefully they won't visit me. 4 new updates. Let's see here. Let's see. So 3 o'clock, 3:02, 8 minutes ago, judge blocks Trump's shutdown layoffs, calling them illegal. Federal judge in California issued a temporary restraining order, TRO, blocking the administration from conducting layoffs of federal workers. Okay, now here's my question, and I'm going to ask this because I do have a little legal training. Why do we have a federal judge in California ruling on this? He shouldn't have any jurisdiction. It should be a judge in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, you're correct.
Why is there a California judge making this rule? Tell him to piss off.
Right?
Democratic governors form a public health alliance in rebuke of the Trump administration. So they're going to spend more money and want us to pay them for it. Mm-hmm. White House Budget Office director predicted the administration will cut more than 10,000 jobs during the shutdown. Senator Cantwell calls for Hatch Act investigations over airport shutdown videos. That's going too far. Well, no, it was going too far to make the videos. We didn't need that. So we didn't need to. As Chris says, does Biden sniff the cameras like he does children? Maybe. No, and you're right, Chris. They are arrogant and full of themselves. And the problem is they don't dictate for the whole country. Supreme Court conservatives majority appears poised to further dismantle voting right acts. That's going to be a big story if it breaks, and I predict it will probably break around 5. And if they dismantle that, that's going to be a rough one. So basically, I'm not going to I'll define it as less technical than they would. But basically, the Civil Rights Voting Act is if you live in a state that doesn't have a 50% majority, is that correct? In other words, if let's say there's 50% whites, or let's say there's 52% whites and there's 48% blacks or brown people, whatever the correct color persuasion you pick, then they automatically get extra seats. And that so I feel like we've reached a point in time in our country where we're integrated enough to where we need to move past all that stuff, just like DEI. Yes, I know you're going to at me at Sportcat. Go ahead. But that is my opinion. I mean, I never knew what racism was until I moved to
that way. Yeah. Well, I didn't grow up that way, and I grew up in Los Angeles, so
I grew up outside of Washington, D.C. My high school spoke 13 different languages, for Christ's sake, when I graduated. I had friends from all over the world, still do, and obviously within the country. So I think we've moved past all this, and it's time to dismantle it, and let's put it to if the people live in this area, because that's the problem is the majority of the country lives in large populous areas up and down the East Coast and West Coast, but people inside the United States don't get the same opportunities because we're governed by them.
All right.
So, one new update. Let's see what it is. Go to it. Let's see what it is. Senate has failed for the 9th time to advance the House-passed spending bill.
Well, if these lazy people don't get back to work, they're all going to be laid off. I mean, all of them. They're all going to be fired.
Well, I mean, the problem isn't that. The problem is we can't get the Congress and Senate to agree. And even if the funniest thing about this is they keep talking about how it's a Democrat shutdown. And then the Democrats say, it's a Republican shutdown. Well, if you go back and you look at the clean spending bill, Read it. Actually, do your homework and read it. This same thing was passed in previous administrations by the minority, which would time would have been Republicans. So why can't we just all get along? Pass the bill, pay the bills, let's move on. I don't need to get involved in politics. I'll just get angry.
I know, right? I don't even bother anymore.
Well, the Social Security cost of living increase has been delayed because of the shutdown. Trump says GOP needs 5 more Democrats to say enough is enough, because we do have Democrats crossing the party lines. And as much as I really thought I would never say this, it's really sounding like John Fetterman is the voice of Democrats with some common sense.
Yeah, what happened with him? I mean,
I think after his stroke and he got fixed by
common sense.
the Bethesda Naval Center, I think they give him a shot of common sense somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's crossed party line. I hope that it doesn't cost him his election. I heard they were trying to what do they call it when they try and put referendum, whatever, when they try and call you back for a vote again. Chris says that the country was as racist as the media says we were. There's no way in hell we would have elected Obama for 2 terms. It's mathematically impossible given the population numbers. Agreed. So, let's see. We got another new update. I guess we'll just go to it. Arizona Attorney General threatens lawsuit if Johnson doesn't swear in Representative-elect Adelita Gurjar, whatever her name is. So, why would we not swear her in? Is there a reason we're not swearing? Well, we probably can't swear her in because we're not in session.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And the Speaker of the House said he would swear her in as soon as we get back to work.
There you go.
So there you go. Yeah. So, well, but you want her sworn in, tell your congressman in the center to open the government. Jeez, it's not that hard.
You know, for one thing, why are they swearing people in? I thought that the government was our choice. All of the government should be our choice.
But they have to be sworn in, no matter. Yeah, everybody, president, Congress, Senate, all the staffers, they have to be sworn in. So
that's
it
why
doesn't
they do
matter
what
what
they
the
want,
party
because
is.
they swear in their buddies, and we don't.
Well,
get a say.
It's their elected officials. Well, with the exception of cabinet positions. So, and then those are still voted on and then sworn in. So what to know about Saturday's planned No King's Day? We probably should have just a show just on that alone. Goodness.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in East Tennessee that are really upset about it. Yeah. Wrong button again, because apparently they're planning a big one in East Tennessee, and it's apparently being bussed in from outsiders. Let's see. 9 minutes ago, we were speaking about Senator Fetterman. He backed the Trump Nobel Peace Prize. We talked about the judge temporarily blocked their administration. I think that they should argue that they need to move that to DC, and they may still get the same results, but at least then I would feel better about it. Shutdown shows the education department isn't needed, according to the Secretary McMahon.
Well, that's true.
White House, our Democrats and Republicans push back on White House Budget Office's argument on pay furlough for furloughed employees. Vance comments on the Politico report about offensive message from young Republican members. Kids do stupid things, especially young boys. Yeah. JD Vance will appear. Oh, that what they're trying to do is they're trying to tit for tat. With the AG in Virginia that has threatened harm on his constituents that's up for election, or he is running for election. They're comparing that to tit for tat. That if you say something stupid, you should be called out on it, no matter what your party is. So, I mean, and God knows both parties do enough of it. All right, let's move on before I get pissed off. The daily briefing. Well, too late for that. The daily briefing from the National Weather Service And let's see what we got today. It looks like there's a lot of that purple stuff in Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, and parts of Arizona and New Mexico. That purple stuff is mixed precipitation at the higher elevations. It's getting cold, and there could be some sporadic storms from the Midwest all the way across to the Great Lakes and down in your region, Brenda, in New Mexico and Texas.
I wish it would get cold.
Tomorrow, that purple stuff is going to be continuing to move across the country from Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, and Colorado, any higher elevations. And then sporadic showers are called for in the Midwest, all the way down through central Texas to the Great Lakes. And let's not forget, hold on, I need to back up here. Let's not forget about, look up here. In Maine, there's even some of that purple stuff. In New Hampshire, there's some purple stuff. So there. Yeah. So that is with the nor'easter that is coming. I saw there was a horrendous tornado in California yesterday. It doesn't appear that it did any damage because it was in a wildlife area, but yeah, it was a really bad tornado. They don't have them in California very often. So, and I did tell everybody, be weather aware. So day 3, which is Friday. Well, if you're in Washington, you could see some of that mixed precipitation. And again, in the higher elevations in the Midwest, Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. The sporadic storms are going to be moving across the country, all the way from the Gulf of America up to almost New England. And of course, let's not forget our friends down in the Gulf of America, along the Panhandle and in the Keys. Today, where they're anticipating, let's see here. Let me go next. Okay, we'll do this first. Tornado outlook today. Well, 4 corners. It looks like you have that area, Colorado, Montana. Good Lord. Colorado, the 4 corners area. There's a 2% chance. There's going to be some high winds in the 4 corner states that could have some tornadic activity and some hail as well. So keep your weather radios nearby. Let's talk about weather for our friends down under. And these are current. Let me refresh this to make sure we got the absolute latest. In Sydney, it is currently 16.5. That is your low. It's going to warm up to 28 today with sunny skies. Melbourne, you're right at 11. You're below your low. And you're expected to get
below your low.
Well, it says their low is going to be 12, and they're at 11. So they're below their low. They're low. Showers and windy today. It's 19 in Brisbane. That is your low. And you're going to only make it to 26 today, but it's going to be partly cloudy. Perth, right now, you're right at 12. You're low. It's going to get a little warmer, but only to 25, partly cloudy. Adelaide, well, you're going to have a shower or two. Right now, it's 24. And going to only make it to 29. Hobart, well, you're at 10. Expected to move only to 26 today. Going to become windy and cloudy. Canberra, it is about 6. That's your low right now, but it's going to get up to 28 today. And they're not predicting much rain or nearly zero rain after the morning. Darwin, you're at 26, a high of 36 today. Possible shower or two, maybe even a mixed storm in there. So make sure you are following your Bureau of Meteorology to make sure that you have the latest information. Let me find my cursor here. And right now, we'll look at the national radar. Let's go up here to Alaska. We don't cover them very much. We'll look at the warnings and stuff, but they are still getting hammered up here from this typhoon that's just battered the islands and made it to mainland Alaska. Right now, we see in Nevada, what is that? That's that purple stuff. In the higher elevations, and even down in Utah as well. And skipping across, it looks like much of the storm has been pushed on the Atlantic seaboard out from pretty much Boston up through Halifax, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island up there, Nova Scotia. So that is moving out. Let's hope it continues to go, but it's caused some problems with the tides. All right, let's see here. Wednesday, October 15th. When was this one? This is one we just looked at, making sure we don't have anything. Yep, this is the one we just looked at. Okay, so I don't need to look at it again. And this is talking about the expected amount of precipitation. And it looks like up in Montana at the Canadian border, up in there in North Dakota, that's where the heaviest precipitation will be today. And slightly, so there's some showers expected across the center of the country from Wisconsin down to Texas, with the worst of it being in Kansas. Let's see for our friends in Australia.
Kansas, but it needs to really cool off here in Texas, that's for sure.
It looks in Broome will be the area today where you get the most severe weather today, and up in Darwin, Catherine area along the coastline. And there's some scattered precipitation in Mount Lisa. And where's this one here? Well, it's kind of north of Roma, west of Theodore. So it looks like there's a pretty good little cell right there. And a little bit of storm down on the southern coast. Closest to, I can't read the town name through the storm. Closest to Fowler's Bay. So there you go. All right. Look at the hurricanes information. We see Lorenzo here. Well, currently it's still just a tropical storm, and it's just kind of moving along. It's nice and slow at 40 miles an hour, and it is moving to the northeast at 14 miles an hour. 40 mile an hour is the wind speed. So it's not anticipated to do much. In fact, if you look at the spaghetti models, it's just going to teeter out and go back to the northeast. And there is another disturbance popping up that we'll be following probably later this week or first of next week. It's going to be coming out of the Caribbean, maybe up into the Gulf of America. And then there's also one down here way off the coast of Africa that we'll watch. But so far, it doesn't appear anything serious. The ones off of the Pacific haven't formed enough to get a spaghetti model yet. And all of these storms in Asia have been battering the coast and caused some severe flooding. And it looks like there is not a strong organized one, but there's still several that are going to be battering the Asian coastlines from the Philippines out in Asia and going to make it all the way over to the mainland in Thailand, Laos, Hanoi, up in there, and possibly extending up into I guess that would be Hanoi. So there you go. You were supposed to help me with my English there. And Chris says, ever since I saw the picture of LBA smiling at his winking congressman friend as he's sworn in next to JFK's bloody wife, I have lost all hope that the swearing in process meant everything. Philippine. There you go. Philippine. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Where are you, Chris? You need to be faster. And speaking of the Kennedy assassination, one of our senators is going to be receiving information from Russia that's being hand delivered with the files on the assassination of the president. And she's supposed to make it public. So we'll see if that happens or if she's just blowing smoke. So this is an overview of the entire Atlantic. You can zoom out and see what's going on in the Pacific. We see right up there, that is still just battering that cyclone. It may not be much of a storm now, but it is still battering the Alaskan coastline and mainland. And let's get a good look here at the satellite of the Atlantic, and we see, well, there it speeds up a little bit. We see Humberto just kind of meandering along out there, doing nothing. These down here are disturbances. Hopefully they won't be anything more than that. And this is just I thought it was in motion. I guess I didn't click the right button. The Atlantic coastline. There we go. All right, we'll move on. Brenda's bored with this. All right, we'll go to our watches and warnings. And you're probably right, Chris. And what do we have? First thing, test message from Maryland. Montgomery County, Maryland has issued a test message. Texas, you have an air quality alert in Wise, Denton, Collin, Dallas area, and small craft advisories and gale warnings along the waterways in the country. Specifically, Alaska is the worst. Dense fog. Oh, they're having dense fog up there as well in Alaska. They're not getting a break from this weather. Wyoming has a winter weather advisory. We kind of saw that one coming. And let's see, freeze watch in New Mexico in the upper Rio Grande Valley. Yeah, Alaska is having dense fog. Florida and Georgia, rip currents. Yeah, well, that's not a surprise with the storms offshore. And what? Virginia, West Virginia, a freeze watch. Central Virginia, Rockbridge, Eastern Greenbrier, Western Greenbrier, sub-freezing temperatures as low as 28. So
wow.
There you go. Wow, it's getting there. It's getting closer. I'm ready for a beach. Ready beach. Colorado, flood warnings. That's from the storms. That's all the water is raining down. This water coming down from into the valleys. West Virginia, we talked about a freeze watch and frost advisory. And that's also going to extend to Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. South Dakota, flood warning in Florida from the storms there. Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, they've extended it to a severe freeze watch. Why? Freeze watch. Good Lord. Where is that one? Oh, that's it. I always get this. The storm warnings off the coast of Alaska. Yeah, they're pretty severe there. They have been getting hammered. They're so far away from the mainland that they're on their own for a little bit. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. We'll move on and we'll see what the current weather map with watches and warnings are. Let's go up here, speaking of which, to Alaska, and we see not only are they getting the brunt of the storms, fog, and at higher elevations, even winter weather in this storm, they have to contend with all the earthquakes. So,
well,
our corrupt Russia will redact even more than our government does. They're probably going to give more than our government does, but then she'll have to put all the little black marks all over it. Frost advisory up in the higher elevations in Washington. Winter weather in, where is that? That's in the upper elevations in Wyoming. Winter storm warning down in Nevada. Salt Lake City, you have a thunderstorm about to move through. And over here in the U.S., in Nebraska, North Platte, you've got a small little cell moving through there. And here in the center of the country, if you look to the Midwest, up in Wisconsin, Illinois, there's a small cell there moving through to the northeast. Going up to the northeast, we see all the gale warnings and stuff. That is moving out to Nova Scotia, all the way up there, Halifax. It's finally pushing through, but it's still causing all the small craft advisories pretty much along the whole Atlantic seaboard. So be prepared. Look and see what the warnings are for the world right now. Weather warnings. And there's Humberto. We'll drop down to our friends in Australia first. See what they have going on down there. And severe heat wave warning for Western Australia is in effect. Oh, what is the heat wave warning for them?
I wonder if it gets real humid down there for them.
I don't know. Extreme fire weather for Malay Fire District. And that appears to be, what is that? Northwest of Bendigo. And we see along the coastline all kinds of wind warnings. You have your sheep warning for the Snowy Mountain District. So make sure to bring your sheep in and take care of your sheep. And strong wind advisories pretty much down from Brisbane down and around the coast and around to Adelaide and most of Tasmania. You look there and they have a flood warning for River Derwent below Meadowbank Dam and then Went River below the Meadowbank Dam. So if you're in those areas, be advised you have a flood warning. Check with your meteorology bureau for further information. And also in Tasmania, watch out for your sheep. Sheep grazers, you are under a warning. So there you go. We don't, it's so funny. We don't have warnings like during, or maybe we do, and I just don't know it. Out in the West, where it's all the cattle, we don't have a cow warning, do we?
No, because cows are stubborn and do whatever they want anyways.
Well,
They are.
yeah,
They run away from home all the time. They're bad.
Well, but that's why you got to bring them in and take care of them. You got to take care of things. So
Bad cows, bad cows.
Flood watches, we talked about that. That's in Denver, or I'm sorry, not Denver, Colorado, Santa Fe. No, it's not Santa Fe. Hydrologic outlook in Albuquerque. Not sure what a hydrologic outlook probably got something to do with the flooding. And let's see. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. All right, we're moving on here. Looking at the current temperatures right now, let's refresh this. So we have the absolute most up-to-date and the hottest spot in the country right now. Well, it appears to be Montgomery, Alabama at 88. Atlanta, we're close at 83. And in the Keys, it is just in the 80s. So there you go. Washington, D.C. Currently in Washington, D.C., it's right at 70 degrees. That's your high. Partly cloudy skies. Up in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, unless you're an Eagles fan. 67 degrees is your high today with sunny skies. New York, you're going to be a high of 68, just a little warmer. Partly cloudy. Jumping up to Burlington, it's 53 right now. That is your high for today. Partly cloudy skies. They're going to be seeing some of that purple stuff here real soon. St. Louis, 84 degrees, and that's your high. It's going to be sunny today. And we'll jump out to San Francisco. And San Francisco, 62 is your high today with a low of 56. Seattle, well, we don't really care, but it's 59 degrees is your high and sunny skies. Oh, Portland, I used to care about. It was a beautiful city. High of 63, sunny skies, low of 38 tonight. And Milwaukee, well, home of where they make the most beer, 58. And 55 is your low, cloudy skies. And let's see, where else did we go? Louisville, where some of our fans are, 74 is your high today, partly cloudy skies. Memphis, well, if you're walking in Memphis today, it's 84 is your high, sunny skies. Let's jump down to our friends down under, and we'll see what their heat wave is. Well, currently, the hottest spot is in Darwin in degrees now. It's 82. So in 80 in Broome, 78 in Port Hedland. Let's switch this to Celsius so that when I'm giving the forecast, they don't think I'm a complete idiot, which I am, but I want to try. Currently, it's 28 in Darwin. Your high is going to be 35. Broome, it is 27. You're going to make it to 33 today. In Alice Springs, you're looking at 36 as your high. Sunny skies with a low of 19. And where's our friends at Lord Howe? I don't know where our friends at Lord Howe are. I need to study their map more to learn where everything is, because I'm not familiar with all the different little towns, villages down there. All right, let's see. There's not really much of a heat risk today for the U.S. Maybe down in the central part of the Gulf of America, but otherwise it's pretty much code yellow. But that's no excuse not to drink your water today. Saw this today. This comes out from the Florida Emergency Response Team in EMA in Florida, and it talks about where the chances for the next few days are the highest for rains. If you're in Florida, it looks like it's going to be the East Coast Panhandle is the highest threat of rip currents and wildfires, but the highest chance of lightning is going to be in the Keys. And chance of rain, most of it's going to be on the East Coast side from Jacksonville down around to the Keys. So there you go. Right now, real time, what is it doing? Well, our lightning map, let's refresh this. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it looks like that storm that we were talking about, the little one around Salt Lake City, is got a little activity to it. And Nebraska, that one is that North Platte, south of North Platte, has some electrical activity to it. Brenda, you don't have much going on around you electrical wise.
No.
Let's jump down here to our friends in Australia. And we see, they've got a pretty good sized storm off of the coast of Adelaide. And up here in the Western Australia, right at the Northern Territory yesterday, that was where the storm was yesterday, coming inland. So there's a little electrical activity to that. And something I just wanted to check on and see. I should have done this earlier. It looks like it might be storming some down in the Caribbean. So Venezuela's got some electrical activity there. So there's some stormy weather down there that our troops may have to be concerned about. And live power outages right now, California is the most without power, 10,394. Virginia, 4,349. Oklahoma, 4,005. And this is the most least is probably, just take me to page 20. And no, I don't want to do all that. Just go away. All right, we're not going to bother with it. But it looks like right there, California is the highest without power with 10,394. Texas, 2,775. Florida, 1,016. And all right, we'll move onward.
That's funny. I live here and I don't know anybody that's out of power.
I could have brought it up by county. I'm sorry. You should have let me know. And there's a picture of the big, beautiful round globe that Chris loves in 3D. And we see that nor'easter is spawning off and it's pretty much gone, but it's still causing some currents and high winds up in the mid-Atlantic and New England area. And we talked about it today several times. Alaska is still getting hammered, especially the barrier islands. So they've got a little bit more to deal with before that passes through. We'll jump down to Australia. And we see it's not going to be a very windy day unless you're along the coastline down on the southern coast. Otherwise, it doesn't look like it's going to be much of a windy day. Get air quality in the U.S. And, well, pretty much from Monterey all the way around to the panhandle of Florida up through the center part of the country is code yellow for air quality today. I did bring this up, and I don't know how accurate it is. This is the fire maps. And I don't think this is very updated because of the shutdown as far as getting data. However, there has been so many storms out on the West Coast, it could be. So we will just keep our eyes on that one to see. This shows us the smoke map. See, and this one's pretty close to the other one. This one was updated. I checked it. It shows most of the fires are still on the West Coast side. There's a few down in central part of Texas and along the panhandle. But for the most part, they're still all out to the west. But the other site showed them has gone. So I'm wondering if that's either just they're not reporting because of the shutdown or the storms have got to them. And most of the areas where we talked about today was code yellow is going to be because of smoke from the wildfires. And looking at the states with the most fire activity in the past 24 hours, and it looks as though Arkansas, I'm sorry, Arkansas, I thought when I clicked on it, would bring it up, had the most fires reported.
Surprise.
24 hours. Well, I mean, usually I thought it did. I don't know. Maybe I just don't push enough buttons. Let's see. This is live air quality, and we see that storm is still up here in the northeast, but right here, coming off the coast of Africa, we still have a little bit of dust, but these warm areas are the areas where the potential for hurricanes or tropical storms to form. So keeping an eye on that. And it looks like the air quality is horrible down in Venezuela. And with lots of wildfires. Probably going to be some
they're
fires
flying around here. Trying to get better air.
Probably going to be some more smoke in the air here soon. Let's see. Australia, well, you are quite covered up with smoke today from your wildfires. So you're going to have a smoggy, smoky day for today. Earthquakes, let's look and see what's occurred in the last hour. And we see down in western Texas a 2.2. In Northern California, a 2.8. In Guatemala, Nicaragua, 2.6. And of course, over in the Middle East. And we have to report this here in South Australia, a 2.5 about 3 hours ago. So there was a 2.5 earthquake about 3 hours ago in South Australia. Volcanic activity. Well, the Great Sitkin is still a code orange. And Shishaladin is a code yellow. That's in Alaska. Kilauea in Hawaii, code orange. As they are all emitting smoke. And this talks about, let's see, let's refresh this because I thought November 15th, 4.1 at 1904. Okay, so this is saying that in the Banda Sea was the most recent earthquake, a 4.1. In the Indian Pacific Ocean, a 4.1. And it doesn't, no. 15 hours ago, 4.0. Oh, in Glacier View, Alaska. And in the, as if they don't have the storms enough to worry about, there's some volcanic activity up there in the Barrier Islands. I'm going to move up there. I really do.
Why? Now you want to go to Florida.
They got great weather. So there's no tsunami warnings, advisory, watches, or threats currently. We'll take a quick look at the disaster alerts map. Zoom out a bit here. And we see just Alaska. Oh, it was so bad.
Colors.
They got volcanoes. They got high winds and flooding. They got tornadic activity. They got cyclonic activity. They got like everything out there in Alaska. Good Lord.
Such a pretty place, though.
It is. And it's dark. What, 6 months out of the year? So
some of it, yeah.
I'd have to look. I used to know off the top of my head. And looking at Australia, a lot of your forecasts are for the wildfires, for the disasters, and the high winds and rains that have occurred. But it doesn't appear many of them are much recent. It doesn't give me a timestamp. Reported 11 ago. Wildfire in Western Australia. Extreme heat reported 15 hours ago in Western Australia. High winds reported 20 hours ago in Western Australia along the coastline. So, and down around Adelaide, high winds in Victor Harbor in South Australia. Melbourne, we're going to have some high winds as of 7 hours ago. And let's skip through that. Let's go look and see. I brought this up. This is a new map that I've been playing with. This is from Pulse Point, and depending on where you are and what part of the world you are, your city or county may allow you to get information about activities that's going on in the area from the fire department. And I brought up DC just to see if there's anything crazy. But it doesn't. It looks like a lot of medical emergencies, a gas leak. That's in Washington, D.C. This is pretty up to the minute information. So, and traffic collision in Virginia. I was just going to bring this up to see if we get any updated information because D.C. is a hotbed for, well, everything. Well, D.C. does have a structure fire at 1325 Kenilworth Avenue. It's apparently a working fire as of about an hour ago. And,
wow.
Yep. Looking at the FAA, this is showing us where all the flight restrictions and warnings are. Nothing new out of the swamp. It's pretty well covered. Up in the Hudson Valley area, same. We get down into, where was it? Will this show it on this one? No, it probably won't. No, it's not going to. Okay. I'll have to look and see if the other one will. We're still doing a lot of training down around Pensacola, all the way back almost to Mobile. That airspace is closed. Savannah, a lot of training going on around it. This is a watch for, they're going to launch some type of rocket. So they've got the air closed down there. That area is for what's known as Alligator Alcatraz. And nobody apparently is down in South Florida because that area isn't very large right now. So everybody must be up in the north. And let's see here. Does this show worldwide? That's my question. No, it doesn't. Because I noticed on one of the other sites I follow, there was some missile launch warnings up here where they were doing nuclear testing drills. And I thought, that's dangerous to be doing. Why are we doing that? That's dangerous.
Why are we testing?
Yeah, you shouldn't. So nothing really serious there.
God, humans are dumb.
Yes, they are. Let's look down here and see what the ship traffic is doing around Venezuela. And, well, it doesn't appear to be thinned out any more or any less than it has been for the past couple days. So I'm going to guess we were probably just flexing our muscles. I'm just going to guess. Let's go back over to... Did I totally forget a screen today? It was about the B-52. Yeah, I covered all this, didn't I? Did I not cover this? Did I not do the news boat? Did I not do the news today?
I don't think you did.
Ah, man. And I had so much of it. Well, I mean, we'll just hit some headlines here. Laser tag threats during the Oregon protest has grounded medical helicopters in both Oregon and Seattle. That's not shocking news.
I've been keeping up on that.
And apparently there's a feud between Camilla and Gavin. So going on because, well, she wants to be president and so does he. So we'll see. Detroit parents are facing fines if their children break curfew. There you go. And apparently, if you're a MAGA, the fake Super Bowl halftime show has shown off our real failures because apparently we don't like Bad Bunny. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no clue who the hell Bad Bunny is. I have no idea who he is.
I tried looking him up, and he really does not belong in the Super Bowl halftime.
Well, he probably doesn't. This was breaking as we came on. LA County has declared state of emergency because of ICE raids. And if you remember yesterday, we talked about the ICE raids in Chicago. Some of the agents had been actually surrounded by people, and they had to call for assistance. So, and then we're talking about the cartels. That's the 50,000 to harm or injure unalive any of the ICE or Border Patrol agents. And Hamas, I talked about this. One of the only shows talking about this, but Hamas is still purging people that don't agree with them. So in other words, if you don't like their God, their way of life, well, this is what you get. Brought out to the center of the street. Now I won't show the video. So, and the teens who beat the Doge staffer that created the big mess for Big Balls, the guy who beat the guy that was beaten into a bloody pulp, well, they got a real light sentence. So, yeah. So they got a real light sentence. He was jumped by 10 youths, and they identified most of them. Some are still at large, but they didn't get anything more than a slap on the wrist.
You know, he should be allowed to sue the judge or the state.
Yep. And I was going to talk about this, talking about walking in Memphis and not getting shot. A lot of people in Memphis are very happy with what's going on in Memphis with as far as bringing them there. So Mayor wasn't thrilled with it, but you know what? He's kind of let it go and hasn't fought it as much as some of the others. And it turned out that it's not been too bad.
Right.
So, and they have arrested a lot of bad people. This is a news no news story. This is if you go back and look up this, the headline is news outlets reject Pentagon pledge to only report approved info. And previous administrations have done this, and it's never been a headline, and it's never been a protest. Supposedly, at the end of the day today, only a few organizations will be credentialed and allowed to report inside the Pentagon. So ABC, CBS, CNN, Fox, NBC have all declined to meet the new requirements. They're calling it a affront to the First Amendment. But if you go back and you look it up, this is nothing new. They've done this before under previous administrations.
Right.
And the troops are still getting paid. Don't let them believe don't let them tell you otherwise. They're not necessarily getting 100%, but they are getting paid. And so military is still working and being funded. And Trump is saying that he is ready for a long shutdown thanks to tariffs. And I think that's going to prove to be a winning point during all this, because he's diverting a lot of the money from tariffs to fund other things. So hopefully he doesn't use this to hold on to some type of power. So well, we talked about that tonight. Shutdown. We talked about how that we have unalived 6 more in a boat off of Venezuela. We're almost out of time, Brenda.
I know.
And let's see. This was the B-52 bombers in the air when we came on. So there you go. And we'll pull this up quick and see if there's any more breaking news before we get out of here on Venezuela. Home search Venezuela. And we'll go to the latest, see if there's anything there. B-52 flew right over his palace.
Well then.
Oh yeah, we're just messing with them. We're just messing with them.
If they have a sign behind them saying, "Look what I could do."
Yeah. So, the more breaking news that the Trump administration has secretly authorized the CIA to carry out operations. Why is it a secret if all these news agencies know about it? See,
It
there
doesn't
again,
make it
I think they're just messing with him.
Yeah.
Because then he's going to start to doubt every glass of water he drinks, every meal he eats. He's going to become even more paranoid. So I think maybe it's just a front that they're just saying that. So let's see.
I would bring my own food and my own water into that place.
Yep. 2 B-52s flew near Caracas, circling the southern Caribbean, sparking Venezuela's military to go on high alert. Yep, there it is. They flew right over his castle. We penetrated their airspace. We violated it all.
Oh, God.
I'm telling you, I think we're just messing with them, because I think if we really wanted to, they would have been done for by now. They'd have been done. So I don't think that they would be bothering us at all. But maybe that's what we need. We need to win another conflict. I don't think so, but hey, what the hell? But apparently we've got troops down there ready to go at the president's beckoning call, so we'll see. But I think flying over and in the other thing there, with them leaking the information about the CIA. Breaking news 1 minute ago, President Putin has signed a law ratifying a military cooperation agreement with Cuba, enhancing defense ties. Now, that is news we need to be concerned about. So, I'm not sure about that. I'm just kind of scanning to see. Oh, Hamas is finally going to hand over the dead hostages. Nice. So,
kind of wonder if they had to go look for them first. They were supposed to release everything at the same time. They've been dragging their feet on the ones that are deceased. So,
yeah. Now, this comes from Lindell TV. Apparently, Nancy Pelosi snapped and yelled at one of her reporters, and
she must have been drunk.
Yeah, she's saying that it was somebody else's fault. It wasn't hers.
Never is.
Yeah, never is. All right. Well, we're about to get out of here. In fact, I think we're done with our time. Everybody, remember tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, that's 9 a.m. tomorrow, your time, if you're following us in Australia, we will have the Sportcat show. We have two authors, the science fiction author and a Viking author. They will be on tonight with us. Brenda, are you going to be joining for that show, or are you just going to stay home?
When tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Not tonight, because I have to get out of the house and go grocery shopping. And I'm going to do that tonight. That way there's not as many people there. Brenda has built a tolerance of, I just can't deal with stupid anymore. So
welcome to my world. And Chris says Bjorn is his guy. Yes, Bjorn is going to be with us tonight. I really like him. He's becoming as regular as a co-host. He's one of the authors coming on tonight. He does the Viking history. He's a great guest, so I'm looking forward to him. And so
are you going to tell him about me emptying an urn on a rubber raft and sending it out to the little river?
I think I should tell him about that. And maybe he will call his Viking ancestors after you. Maybe that will be.
Hey, we did the best we could with what we were handed.
Oh, Brenda. The Vikings are going to get you. You don't have to worry about the Taliban or any of those other places. It's the Vikings that are going to get you for dishonoring your
Hey, it was his family's idea. It wasn't mine. I was just there.
Sure. That's what they all said. All right. So make sure to tune in tonight for that. We may actually tell Bjorn that. Chris, remind me of that. I'll probably forget. I've got to do a radio show for the Thin Line Rock Station. I'll be on there tomorrow from noon till 2, spinning records, and then I've got a meeting I got to be in tonight, so I'm gonna be busy. So Chris says Brenda puts up with my stupidity, and that I thank her for. Well,
Chris,
we don't like to admit it, but we kind of like Brenda just a little bit. It's kind of like that hemorrhoid. You miss it when it's not around. So.
I know. Whenever I'm not there, you always message me and say, you don't like me anymore.
That's right. I send that to all my women to hopefully get one of them to tell me they actually do. So,
I love you.
All right, everybody. Thank you to Dare Talk Radio, Radio X in Australia. As always, you guys are great. I need your support. I really do. Please come over and find us on YouTube with the Sportcat shows. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. Put a comment in there. Send Brenda a dirty message. I don't care. I just want to hear from you. Everybody, and do it in the Australian accent. So, everybody have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Sportcat, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Bye.